Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with our subject Computer Science, Class 11, Session number 3, the Python Fundamentals. In this chapter, we shall be talking about all the basic elements that a Python program can contain. You will be learning about the Python basics like character set, token, expressions, statements, simple, input and output, etc. So we are all ready to take our first sincere steps towards the Python programming. So first of all, character set. Character set is a set of valid characters that a language can recognize. A character represents any letter, digit or any other symbol. So Python supports the Unicode encoding standards. That means the Python has a following character set: the letter from capital A to Z and lower A to Z, digit from 0 to 9, and the special symbols like space, @ hashtag, and all the arithmetic and logical operators which we can use in a Python as a part of character set. So every component of a Python programming is created using the character set, and be it a statement or expression or the component of program. Tokens. In the passage of text, individual word and punctuation mark are called token. The lexical unit or the lexical element. The smallest individual unit in a program is called token or a lexical unit. For example, if we write any code or any line that is broken into smallest lexical units or smallest parts, that program is divided into the smallest part is called token. And then we categorize these all tokens into the following categories like keyword, identifiers, literals or values, operators, and punctuators. So first one is keyword. So keywords are the words that convey a special meaning to the language, compiler or interpreter. These are the reserved for the special purpose and must not be used as the normal identifier names. So keyword is a word having a special meaning reserved by the programming language. So some of the examples of Python keywords are, for example, false, none, true, and, or, not, if, del, break, class, continue, def. So these all the words having a special meanings in a Python programming language. So we are not able to use it for the naming of other element in a program. Next is identifier. Identifiers are the fundamental building blocks of a program and are used as a general terminology for the name given to a different parts of program via the variable, object, class, function, list, dictionaries, etc. So the names which we are using to define any object, any variable, any class, any function in a program, so we are taking as a identifiers. So here we have to follow some rules to identify identifier names. For example, it is a sequence of letters and digits. The first character must be a letter or the underscore. If you are using any other than these alphabets, digits or underscore in the names, it is treated as invalid identifiers. Literals. Literals are the data items that have a fixed value. The Python allows the several kinds of literals. For example, string literals, numeric literals, boolean literals, special literals, and literal collections. So when we make a program, we will use these literals and explain at that time. Next we have operators. So we are using a different types of operators. The operators are the tokens that trigger some computations when applied to a variable and the other object in expression. The variable and the object to which the computation is applied is called operand. So the operator requires some operand to work. It may be a 1 operand, maybe a 2 operand, or maybe a 3 or more. So depending upon the operand, we categorize these operand under the 3 categories: Ernie operators, binary operators, or ternary operators. So we are using, for example, plus sign, so operators like here we have ternary operator and binary operator for arithmetic operations. Ternary plus to change the value to a positive integer, ternary minus to change the value to a negative, bitwise complement and not logical negation to change the value. Similarly, the binary operator, addition is used to add the two operand value and give us the result as a addition. Similarly, subtraction, multiplication and division, to subtract two number one from other, multiply to multiplication, multiply one number with the second number, division to divide the one number with the second number, and last one we have a remainder, which is used to get the remainder value. For example, if we divide the 5 by 2, then the remainder will be 1. So according to these operators we will use in the programming that we will learn in the next part of the video, how to use these operators in our programming language. There are other operators like the relational operator, like the assignment operators, like the logical operators. Okay, so we will go through from all these operators in the programming. Last one we have a punctuators. So punctuators are the symbols used in the programming language to organize the sentence structure and indicate the rhythm and emphasis of the expression, statement and the program structure. For example, we are using round brackets, square brackets, curly brackets. So these all are the punctuators which we are using in our programming language. So let's learn how to write a program with the help of these operators. Here we have a first program, print hello. So that we have already done in our previous session also. So let's review about our first program, print hello. If we run this program, then you can see that our output is hello. So now if we have to work with the variables, means we have to work with the values. So how we can use those values? So first we have to define the variable name. The variable name must be start with any alphabet or underscore. For example, number underscore 1 is the name of variable. We will use equal to sign to assign the value to a variable. For example, number 1 variable having the value 10. We will use the print function to print the value of number variable. Save this program and run to check the output. So as we enter the value, so number 1 is equal to 10, and when we print a number 1, it will display the result 10. So in this way you can use a variable. For example, name of variable should be start with the alphabet or underscore. To cover the space between the two words, we will use underscore while we are defining the name of variable. Equal to sign is used to assign the value to the variable. And then we use a print function to print the value of number 1. So in this way you can use the variable for assignment. Next, if we have a two number, for example, number underscore 2 is equal to 20. So similarly, you can use print command to print number 2. So run this program. So we have a number 1, 10, number 2, 20. To make it more attractive, the output, you can use here the message number 1 colon, and here we can use the comma function to concatenate these two values. Number 2. So here we use comma to join these one string along with the second number value. Now run this program. So here you can see we have a number 1, 10, number 2, 20. So in this way you can use more than one variable in a program and assign a different values to those variables. There are number of ways to assign the value to a variable. For example, if you want to assign a different variables in a single line, so then you can use so we can also assign a variable the value with comma function. In this method, the first value 10 is assigned to number 1, the second value 20 is assigned to number 2. Now run this program. So here we have number 10, 1 as a 10, number 2 as a 20. You can also use the comma method to declare more than one variable in a single line, and at the same time you can use the comma method to assign the values. You can assign, if you want to assign the same value to all the variable, then you can use here assignment operator. So number 1 is equal to number 2, number 2 is equal to 20. Now just run this program. So here first it prints the hello, then we have number 1 as a 20, then we have a number 2 as a 20. So in this method you can assign the same value to more than one variable. Next is Python variable in memory. If you have an earlier exposure to the programming, you must be having an idea of variables. But the Python variables are not created in the form most other programming languages do. The most programming language create the variable as a storage container. For example, if we have to declare a variable age is equal to 15. So then first it takes the memory with the name age and then store that value 15 at the place of memory location. But in the programming, when we do the programming in Python, the memory allocation is different as compared to the another programming language. So let's discuss how it's assigned the value. The Python preload some commonly used value in the area of memory. We can refer to this area as a front-loaded data space. The data space memory has the literal values at defined memory, and each memory location has a memory address. So when you give the statement, for example, p is equal to 5, the variable p will be created as a label pointing to the memory location where the value 5 is stored. So here we have declared a variable p having the value 5. So the 5 is already allocated at the some memory space in our computer, and Python just indicate the pointer to that memory location to p, and then in a Q we are using the same memory location. Here in a R we will use a 10. So now let's run this program. With the help of ID we will get the address of memory. So here the print function to print the address of 5. Here the print function print the address of P, that is pointing to 5. Print function address print the address of Q, that is pointing to the P value, and then we print the address of R, that is having the value 10. Now run this program. So as you can see here we have address of 5 which is same as that address of P and Q. So in a Python these values are already stored in some space named as data space, and when we declare any variable and assign these value to that variable, the Python will create a pointer to this value by the name of the variable you define. So here P and Q pointing to the memory address of 5 which is stored at 1. But in other language P is take some memory and then store the value of 5. Then Q will take the memory address of other and then it will store the same value of P, it means 5, and R will take the other memory and save the value of 10. But in a Python these values are already stored in a memory with the name front loaded data space, and these all variables are pointing to these data spaces. So in this way the memory allocation is done in the Python. Next we are working with the variable taking the value from the user for the simple input and output function. So output function we have already used. With the help of print you can display the output on your output device. Similarly here we have given the value 5 to P, but if we want the value should be entered by the user and that value is assigned to the variable P, that we can done with the help of input function. Now just create a simple program to get the value from the user and assign it to the variable. So here come back to our previous program. Here we have number 1, number 2 is equal to 20. Now we want to get the value of number 1 from the user, then we have to use input function, and here you can type the message for the user. Enter a number. Similarly we can create a number 2 and define input function to enter a number 2. Here we can write number 1. So in this way this message will be displayed on the output, and then the value entered by the user is assigned to number 1 and the second value entered by the user is assigned to number 2, and then you can see the output with the help of print function. Now save this program and execute or run this program. So we want to change it to fundamental 1. So now run this program. Here we have a hello, then enter a number 1. So as we enter the first value, for example 14, press enter, it will print the second line, enter a number 2, for example 26. So that 14 value is assigned to number 1 and 26 value is assigned to number 2. So here we have number 1 is 14. It means number 1 is equal to number 1. Number 1 is, check the value of number 1, which is 14, and number 2 is 26. So in this way you can get the value from the user and use those values in your program and calculate the final result and display the information to the user. We can take different values from the user in the form of different data types that we will discuss in our next session. What are the different data types which we can use in a Python? So now you have to just try the simple programs on your computer to take some value from the user and display the result to the user. Thank you. Have a nice day.